Hi, everybody. This is Daichi from Crew Insight. Today, I want to walk through our sales pipeline. And so here you can go to pipeline, and I know Jobber has created a sales pipeline recently that kind of is a Kanban style, breaks out requests and quotes. This is a little more comprehensive, especially if your salespeople are involved with different resources. If they're responsible for jobs, responsible for collecting on the invoices, maybe you're paying them commission once the invoices are paid. This is a little more comprehensive. And so here, this is the admin view. So you can see this is for all the salespeople right now. If I wanted to hone in on one salesperson, or a salesperson wanted to use this on their own and you wanted to give them access to only their own, this is what they would see. And so in the overview, you can see their week overview. So requests and tasks show up here. Action items to do. So, unscheduled tasks, overdue tasks, approved quotes that need to be scheduled, or draft quotes that need to be sent. So we highlight those here. Watch list, mostly, late jobs, awaiting response quotes, unpaid invoices. And these are all clickable. So if someone wanted to go into like an unscheduled tasks, you can see all of the different resources here. But if you did look here and you're like, okay, I want to go into unpaid invoices, it'll bring you to that tab. So that's one way to navigate, is clicking the bars on these graphs. Another is you can go to these directly. So if someone wanted to figure out, hey, what tasks do I have to do? Especially because in Jobber, the only way to really see tasks is go to your schedule, and then it's kind of a balancing act of you having to go back and figure out what tasks haven't been completed. So you can go to your tasks and you can see all of your overdue tasks, all of your upcoming tasks, and then any that are unscheduled. So tasks that you created but you haven't scheduled yet. And so a salesperson can go in here and say, oh, I have, 186 overdue tasks. Maybe I should clean this up. These are all clickable. So if you click on one of these, it'll bring you to that task in the calendar directly. And then you can check it off. Same thing with all of these. With requests, obviously, those are important. So any that are overdue, either complete them or you need to figure out, hey, I haven't sent this quote yet. I need to go here. You can click here. It brings you into Jobber, into that request. You can convert that request into a quote, get that done right there. And then you can kind of see your schedule on, requests that are coming up and that are due today. Same thing with unscheduled tasks and unscheduled requests or assessments. Any that you kind of popped in there but never ended up scheduling, maybe we want to highlight those for you so that you can get those scheduled. With quotes, this is nice. You can see kind of how everything's flowed. So a salesperson could see how many converted quotes they've had, just kind of a morale boost. Changes requested, super important one. That would show up in the action required section. So action required would really be approved, draft, changes requested. Because if it's draft, you need to send it. Approve, you need to schedule it. Changes requested, you need to reach out to the client and resend that quote. And then in awaiting, that's all in here. And so you can kind of sort this. So if you did want to look and, okay, my highest value quotes, you can sort through there, or title if you have a bunch of different ones. So for this, property cleanups, etc. So if you wanted to sort through one, you could do that here. And that's all of your quotes. With the jobs, it'll depend on if your salesperson is responsible for ordering materials, making sure that the crews are actually completing the job, or maybe there's tasks associated with the job. That'll all show up in here. And so requires attention is really needs invoice, it's late, things like that. So again, you click on here, it'll bring you into Jobber, into that job specifically. If there's notes or things you need to do, you can do that right through there. And then active jobs. So really for recurring, there's going to be a lot of active jobs. For one-off jobs, it'll be jobs that are maybe multi-day and are currently happening and still open, not closed. And so that'll all be in here. And so If you did have less, or maybe you're a landscaping company and you wanted to look at specific types of projects that you needed to get materials for. So you could actually filter, let's say property clean. So it'll show up all the property cleanups, right? And then I can look, okay, two of them needs invoicing, maybe some of them are upcoming, etc. Let's see if anything, mulch installation. Okay, mulch is upcoming. Um, I need to order mulch for this job. Let me go click into here, see how much mulch I need, etc. And so you can filter these. You can also save these um, so that you can just kind of have a mulch filter, have a property cleanup filter, save all these filters, and then you can just, instead of actually filtering every time, you can just click on these save filters. So super helpful if your salespeople are involved in having to kind of manage the jobs and make sure they get done properly. And the last one is invoices, which is pretty straightforward. Past due, awaiting payment. Again, you click here, it'll bring you right into Jobber. And it's just a clean way to view everything. And so I think the real benefit here is that if your salesperson is using the platform, they'll only see their name and they can see every single resource here. In the overview, they can see what's highest priority, right? Unscheduled things, awaiting quotes. They can click directly into the next resource, and then they can actually click on here and Jobber will just pop up for them, so long as they're logged into Jobber. So yeah, that's our sales pipeline.